today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I'm kind of constructing my own DIY acoustic ceiling panels. So all I really did was, if you can get cardboard, and this is going to depend on your ceiling and where you're at. For me, this was, as you can kind of see a little bit more over there, this is a room that is already ready for a drop ceiling, but I don't actually have any drop ceiling tiles. You can actually buy some acoustic tiles that work really well, that work right into drop ceilings, but since this already has the framing in it and no drop ceiling, I just constructed in this specific section of the room basically a false ceiling made out of cardboard. If you can find some cardboard that's actually from some sort of large appliance like a fridge or something like that, it works a lot better than the couple larger boxes that I used, or medium-sized boxes that I used to construct this. And all I really did was I zip tied them together, and then I took some nails, pounded them into the support rafters up top, and then I just kind of hung from there the string and or zip ties to kind of make it roughly even all along the way. As you can kind of see, it's a little bit wonky here and there, but it just doesn't need to be pretty, considering that it is going to be above me and not going to be seen in any video, so I was less concerned with that. If you are concerned with that, maybe something like a press board false ceiling as a base might be worthwhile, or just getting the actual acoustic ceiling tiles, but this is much cheaper. So this was, like I said, all zip tied together and then, stuck up onto the rafters. And then from there, we're just gluing these acoustic foam pieces right on there. Now, once you actually get the cardboard or whatever you're using as a base up on the ceiling, the rest of it's actually pretty simple. All you really need is a glue gun, some glue sticks that will fit that glue gun, and your tiles. So I actually got my Amazon box in today, and I'm also going to be testing out some ones from wish.com to see if there's any noticeable difference. And when you get these tiles in, I probably should pre-open this box. When you get these tiles in, they come, as you can see, completely compressed. So what you're going to have to do is cut these things open, and as it says right on there, wait 24 to 48 hours for the foam to restore to normal size. What you can do if you're really, really in a hurry is to take them and soak them in water, wring them out, and then lay them out to dry, like under a fan. I did that with some tiles, some of these foam tiles earlier in a different project, and that seemed to help speed it up, but I didn't really wait past about 24 hours to do this. Now, as you can see, once you actually open up the bag, the air hits them, they begin to expand right away. And these are just some 1-inch foam, which, as you can see, they're about this thick when you first bring them out of the packaging, but they'll eventually get to be quite a bit thicker. So you can see the somewhat of a difference in the size once they actually expand completely out. And so I'm going to leave these sit here for about 24 hours before I actually start to put them up on the ceiling. So what I would actually, if you want to, just go down to the little comment section, or not the comment section, but the information section for this video, and I'll have Amazon links to where I bought these, as well as for glue gun, glue sticks. All this stuff is pretty cheap and can be gotten from Amazon or Wish app, which I'll also include links as well. And all of it makes it a lot cheaper than getting actual real acoustic tiles. Now, of course, those are much better for sound absorption and all that kind of stuff, but if you're just trying to start out a podcast and don't want to put thousands of dollars into retrofitting a room with professional grade acoustic tiles and things like that, this does the job pretty dang good. And as you'll see, once you kind of get all this stuff up, and then you get other things like this back panel for right behind you, and you can actually see a little bit of that glue, the remnants of the glue sticking out from the hot glue. And I made these movables as well, which I showed in my tour of the podcast, that it really does work to really dampen the sound inside whatever studio or little room that you've kind of sectioned off. Of course, you can always go really old school when you're first starting out and just take like a really thick comforter. There's one of those Sherpa blankets that my mother-in-law had bought and left at our house that I would drape over a couple chairs, and then I would set up my laptop and a microphone, and that works really well as well in a pinch or just starting out before you can kind of piecemeal all this stuff together. Okay, folks, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying the hot glue. As you can see, I've let this sit for about 48 hours, and it has, the air has returned, and it's returned to its original shape. So then I'm going to be taking my hot glue gun. I'm going to be putting glue, basically a dot at each of the four corners, and then I basically kind of do like a little stripe down the middle, just to kind of, nothing too fancy, just to get it to hold. Okay, so then I'm going to be sticking the panel up, and I kind of line it up with the last panel, and I kind of hold these corners in real quick as I pop the other side in, and I just kind of hold them long enough so that the glue sticks. You can see this side kind of pop down, so I'll just kind of reach up there, hold it for a second or two, and it doesn't take long. It's almost like super glue in that it starts to stick pretty quick, and we just move on right on to the next one. But basically, that's how I've been doing this acoustic ceiling deal here, and I'm gonna go all the way to the edge of my panel and a little bit farther past it, and then once I'm gonna do that, I haven't figured out what I want to do to close this gap yet. I might just stick some of these additional foam panels in, maybe just kind of wedge them in there. I'm not really sure, but I don't want to do anything permanent, because the whole point is that these panels I can actually take apart and move. And that was, maybe that won't work, but the whole point was that if I wanted to use this room without these panels or something like that, I can just remove them, I can roll them off to the side, and then I can bring them back. Originally I was thinking actually I was going to only roll them in when I did the podcast, but it was just, there was no value gain for that. So anyways, if you guys have any questions on this, on the rollable panels or anything else like that, feel free to ask me in the YouTube comments. You can also get a hold of me on Twitter or email or any of my other social media. Just go to didyouknowcrypto.com, and from there you can see all the ways to get in contact with me. So feel free to ask any questions on that or anything else. Thanks for watching.